Good luck with that. Where are we, Phil? Look at this. This room is the famous Downton dining room that's formed the location of many banquets, breakfasts, dinners and drama in the show. It's also been the scene of some of the show's most iconic moments.
Well, before we settle down to a spot of tea, although I'm looking at something that could be fizzing in this glass here.
Oh, bubbles.
We'll go for that instead. Here's a look at what happened when we sent Phil Vickery to the Highclere kitchens on a mission to make a British classic.
Afternoon tea became popular in the mid-18th century when a pot of tea and some light snacks were introduced by the social elite to keep the hunger away during the long gap between regular meal times and breakfast and dinner. It is now seen as a bit of a luxury treat rather than a way to keep hunger at bay. But even to this day, the afternoon tea remains a great British institution.
And what better place to experience this centuries-old tradition than below stairs at Highclere Castle?
Head chef Paul Brooke-Taylor is the man responsible for providing high tea at Highclere.
Thank you for having us.
Welcome to Highclere.
What a great kitchen. I've never seen a ceiling that high. I'll let you a secret here. The three things I couldn't cook, or still struggle to cook without, are pheasant, consistently, chocolate eclairs and scones.
Start off by mixing the flour with baking powder and sieving.
First rule is never wear a dark shirt when you're working about the flour.
Would you like an apron?
No, it's fine. How many do you make a day?
About 350 plus afternoon tea, plus picnic boxes.
How long have you been head chef here?
12 years before Downton.
Have you seen the difference in it since?
Oh, 100%. I think with the popularity of Downton, everybody wants to come here. So, yeah, my workload went up a little bit.
So does Lady Carnarvon get involved in the cooking or in the kitchen?
You'd be amazed. It's not all lobster and fillet of beef. There are times they just want a decent cottage pie or a steak pie.
On my journey from the castle through the labyrinthine corridors to meet Paul in the kitchen, I noticed I was walking for quite a long time.
The castle's quite a long way from the kitchen.
It is. We are kind of bottom left and the dining room is top right. It's about 450 yards away.
And it turns out us chefs are the reason for the distance between the kitchen and the main house.
History will tell you that most famous houses get burnt down by chefs that generally have a fire in the
I've never done that.
No, nor have I. That have fire in the kitchen. So they kind of, John, let's keep the kitchens a little bit further away from the house.
Well, it's clever,
and
isn't
if the chef has any problems, it's not going to be ours. Our roles are very different. I think it's fair to say that in the day when Downton was based upon, they had more staff.
I'll say.
I have more machinery.
Yeah.
Hence, normally, this would be in a machine. I wouldn't still be standing here.
No, of course, but I quite like the fact that somebody else is doing it and I'm watching.
And with absolutely no help from machinery, honest, Paul finishes mixing the dough and now it's ready to be rolled, cut and baked.
Right, last one. And we're going to put this in the oven with the rest.
To the oven, chef, to the oven.
Absolutely.
And 20 minutes later, the scones are ready to be tasted.
Look at those little beauties.
Not too bad, are they?
I could eat a whole lot.
So it's safe to say the scones have passed the quality control test. Time to serve, along with 4 varieties of finger sandwiches, mini Victoria sponge, chocolate pots and carrot cake.
So we had a cup of tea.
Do you think Mrs. Patmore would approve?
I hope so.
I think she would. Yeah. It's fantastic. Look at it. Now, do you think they'll like it upstairs?
I hope so.
Complaining we was getting nowhere, and so
Oh, they looked perfect, those scones, and we're very lucky because the staff of Highclere have put on a lovely spread for us this morning.
So I think we might be missing some of those scones that Phil made. Whether Carson is around at the moment. If Carson is the man to...
Does that music follow you around?
Thank you, Carson.
Lady.
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, Carson.
Thank you. Look at those.
Oh, you'll be joining us, Carson, will you?
So sorry.
Stay,
I feel very guilty. I've never, ever sat down in this room while there have been cameras here. Oh, very posh.
And because this is a room that was used multiple times for the series.
I don't think we ever had it set up for afternoon tea, but certainly for breakfasts where there was a buffet and for endless dinners, very smart dinners. And I was always standing over there. I've never been allowed to sit down. well. I'm thrilled. Thank you so much.
You're more than
very,
welcome.
very welcome.
Do tuck in.
Do tuck in. So, first question, scone, scone?
Scone.
Scone.
Well, if you're from Northern, it's scone, isn't
Scone. Scone it is.
It is scone.
Because once it's scone, it's scone.
Well, apparently the Highclere chef says scone.
it? Well, it's Highclere, it's Hampshire. You know, Downton is in Yorkshire.
So it's scone.
William, one is supposed to tear one
Yes,
scone.
so you wouldn't use a knife to cut bread or a byproduct of bread, such as a scone. You break it with your hands in two, and freshly baked scones like these, you can see there's a natural break in them where you just break them with your hands. It goes back to the medieval times, that custom.
And here's the age-old question.
Oh, look at that.
There, you see, it's perfect.
Perfect.
And so, cream first, jam first, which one?
Wow.
The jam's the glue, the cream goes on top, you know.
I agree with you, I'm afraid. I do agree.
It's only really in Cornwall and Devon where they get very het up about this. In Cornwall, it's cream last. In Devon, it's cream first. When you're in the rest of the world, you do what you like.
William, and?
Oh, OK.
However,
What do I do?
William,
Yes.
what is the
So I do cream
correct way to
first.
do it? Because here at Highclere, we have it's very much the Cornish way.
Well, I think it's all to do with what if you ever have a sweeter or a more savoury tooth. If you have a sweeter tooth, I think you like the jam on top so it hits the roof of your mouth first. Whereas if you've got a slightly less sweet palate, having the cream on first, people generally tend to like
so
that.
it's a matter of
like
preference.
taking
Do pass
pasta,
them
yeah.
down. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Napkin in the neck.
Oh,
or on,
oh,
oh,
on the
sorry.
lap.
On the lap.
Always on the lap.
You're going in there.
Is it ever too early to have bubbles?
Never.
Never. I think we all agree on that. Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers. Thank
Oh,
you.
my
Cheers.
goodness.
Oh, this is
Ooh.
such
Oh,
delight.
dear, don't.